Hey everybody, this is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel. Hey, I've got a couple of what I would say call bargain or beginner or maybe starter drones today. Video drones. Both of them have brushless motors and are GPS controlled. The SG906 PRO has a 2-axis gimbal on it. But then I have the Visuo Zen K1 that, while it does have brushless motors and is a GPS drone, it has a fixed camera. It does not have a gimbal on the camera. So yeah, we're going to put both these up in the air and see how they perform. I can tell you that this particular drone, I've test flown it a couple times and it already has a problem, the Zen K1. This camera is supposed to be adjustable up and down, but the first time I flew it, it worked for about half the flight, and then it stuck in place and it hasn't moved since. So I've tried to kind of force it up and down, and it doesn't. I'm afraid I'm going to break it if I push too hard on it. So that's a problem right off the bat for the Visuo Zen K1. So we'll fly both of these drones around, and what we're looking for is stability in the air. They're GPS drones, right? So you want them to be stable. You want them to have a decent connection. They both do have some automated flight modes, and so if we have time, we'll check those out. But we're primarily interested in the video quality on both drones. The reason that you buy a video drone is that you're looking to take some decent stabilized video without a lot of jello, without a lot of issues in the video, and a reasonable camera. At this price point, these are both around between $150 and $200. You don't expect it to be super high quality video, but you do expect it to at least not have a bunch of jello in it and look okay. So we'll put them up in the air and we'll take a look at that, and we'll just see how they do. Okay, we're going to start with the Visuo Zen K1, and I've got it fired up. I'm going to bind it to the controller now by going up and down on the left stick. And I can tell it's bound because then I can see the battery condition of the drone on the little display that's on the controller here. And so now we're going to fire up the FPV Go app. Okay, so first thing I want to look at is go into settings and make sure that we've got everything set how we want it. Language is back to the settings. Language is in English. Record is on. Anti-shaking, we want that on. Fixed picture, we want that on. So we should be good to go there. And then we're going to go into start fly now. And yeah, I'm going to see if I can, as I said before, the camera adjustment is not working on this thing. I'm going to see if I can manually push the camera up on it. And we're going to switch from SD to HD. So we've switched to HD. So you can tell by that screenshot that this thing needs to go up, and I've been a little reticent to push on it, but I pushed it up there once. So yeah, that gives us a little better picture. Just for the fun of it, let's try that adjustment again. No, yeah, the camera adjustment, my first flight with it, I did a test flight, and I took it up and it worked about halfway through the flight and just quit, and it hasn't worked since. So that's not a great thing. So we're going to tilt the camera down here so you can see the drone. There you go, and then we're going to take off. So we're going to go both sticks out. Both sticks out. Yeah, there's the motors. And we're going to go just up with the left stick. So there we go. Let me tilt the camera up here just a little. Yeah, you can see it. And you know, it looks pretty darn steady. We're supposed to have about 6-mile-an-hour winds here. That's pretty steady. Let's start recording. I'm going to do that on the app. Pressing on the little camera button, and it looks like it's recording there, and we should be recording to the SD card. It's sinking just a little bit here. I'll give it a little. It's moving around a little bit on its own, and I'm trying to adjust it. So all that movement you see here now is the drone moving around on its own. So there's a little bit of a wind going on. Let's see if we can do a, you know, it's not circling or anything, so I think we're good as far as the compass goes. But as you can see, from a stability perspective, it's moving around some. Let's go reverse and up now. So we're going to stop right there. That is about, how far away? We're about 50 meters away and 31 meters high right now. And it seems to be holding fairly steady. Let's just take it on a quick fly here and see how it does. So there again, what we're looking for, and I believe I'm in high speed mode, 4 meters per second. Okay, let's turn around here. And go back the other way. So this is away from the sun. The sun's pretty high in the sky, but yeah, so that was full throttle, so you saw it dip there. Boy, it's too bad we cannot adjust the camera on this darn thing. 4 meters per second, 5 meters per second is what I'm seeing. So I let off there and you saw the drone kind of go up. So I got 2 beeps there. Let's see if it'll go any faster here. And you saw it dip down there. Yeah, it does. So 7 meters per second, and it's moving around quite a bit. Let's see if we can get over to the other corner of the park there. So what I want you to look at here is the video, the quality of the video. Is it stable? Is there much jello? What's the clarity? And you can see the drone kind of moving around there because that camera's fixed. It's with whatever if the drone moves around, the camera's going to move around. So we seem to have a pretty good connection, and the drone is flying well. Okay, I'm going to turn it around and bring it back to us here. Yeah, so I don't know if I'm losing connection here or what. It's beeping at me. Yeah, I have no control over the drone right now. I'm going to try return to home. Yeah, okay. The drone, and we were out about, I don't know, we were out about 170 meters or so. And the drone quit taking commands, and I was getting a beep. So I'm assuming that it was very close to being out of range. But that's okay. I mean, you don't expect on a drone in this price range, you don't expect it to have a lot of range. And I see it above us here, and if it acts like what I've seen in the past with this particular drone, is it won't land. It'll just stay up there and hover. And that's indeed what it's doing. So I'm going to stop that return to home. And let's bring it down here and let's try some of the intelligent flight modes out. You know what I'm going to say is the drone is flying pretty good. I mean, so it's not, you can see it moving around here, and my hands are off the sticks. But at this price point, I don't expect it to be as stable as some other drones. So anyway, let's see if we can go into, well, let's just try follow me first. So I'm going to walk away from the camera and we'll rely on the audio from the iPhone here. So I'm going to click on the little control that looks, the little icon that looks like a remote control, and that should put it into follow me mode. And it is. As I walk towards it, it's backing up. So that's perfect. And it's actually keeping me relatively in frame here because the camera's not on a gimbal as the drone bounces around. So you're not, you know, you wouldn't expect it to keep you perfectly centered. So I'm going to try something here. Let's see if we can raise altitude and see if it'll stay in the follow me mode. Can I adjust it? Yeah, you can. So I raised it in altitude and it's still in follow me. I wonder if I can adjust the yaw. No, I cannot. Yeah, so as soon as I banked it, it went out of follow me mode. So that's all right. We're gonna try orbit mode now while we've still got some battery. So I'm gonna see if I can switch cameras. And I am getting a toilet bowl on this baby. Yeah, we're gonna have to bring it down. Yeah, it's definitely yeah, and it flipped over there. The drone was starting to toilet bowl really badly. So that's a sign you need a compass calibration. And interestingly enough, so we landed on the grass there, it didn't hurt a thing. It did flip over on its lid. I'm gonna go back to where we started at. Okay, so after that toilet bowl incident, which indicated the need for a compass calibration, we're going to do that right now. So I'm probably going to have to set the remote down, but you do that by pushing this button on the remote. Don't know what that beep was at, but we're going to hit that button. And it said to go 3 times. And then 3 times the other way. So we should be good to go. And we'll do a gyro calibration, which is both sticks to the right, and we should be good to go. So let's try that again. Let me we're going to do another takeoff. So let me start recording, and both sticks down and out to start the motors. And off we go, and it looks pretty stable here. So let's go back out to the field. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to see if we can do an orbit. And the drone seems to be steady. We've lost that toilet bowl that we had earlier. And I've noticed that sometimes, oh, we're in SD. Let me flip it over into HD. So I need to stop recording. There's HD. Start recording again. I want to get out here in the field a ways because we're going to try an orbit. So let's see if we can switch to that down-facing camera. And I may have to stop recording again. Yeah, I got to stop recording again. Down-facing camera. Yeah, so let me get right underneath the drone. We're going to need that to start this. So I'm going to switch the camera again, and we are going to start recording again. And then on the left hand side, I'm going to hit that looks like a circle mode there, which is precisely what it is. And I have not had much luck getting that to work on this drone, but we're going to try it. We're going to send the information to the drone. Let's see what it does here. And it should move away from us now. And then turn around and face me again and then circle. I've only been able to get this drone to do that one time, but it is moving. We're down to about half empty on the battery here. Well, it's just kind of stopped in place here. Oh, now it's turning. Okay, it's going to work. So it's rotating. It started its circle. So you can't see me. I'm going to walk far enough away from it that you can see me. looks like we're gonna get some people on the other camera here. So the drone is, you're not gonna see me because that camera is pointed up. I wish I could, yeah, I wish I could adjust that camera, guys, but I can't do it. It's even starting to speed up. The circle is starting to speed up here a little bit, I think. I don't know if that's because it's going with the wind. Anyway, the orbit works. And I'm going to say that some of my problems previously, I tried it in higher wind, and I think in that mode, it may not give it enough throttle, you know, that it can, you know, move out like it needs to do and turn around. But anyway, it worked. So, circle mode does indeed work. So I canceled that, and the drone is just hovering, kind of watching what's going on behind me there. It's kind of distracted me a little bit. So let's, just for the fun of it, let's see if we can see a waypoint. I tried this the other day. Yeah, the problem with this is you really don't have a map. Yeah, so we can't really see what we're doing here, so I'm not going to try that. And there's probably a way to load maps on this thing, but I don't know how to do it. So we're going to get out of that if I can figure out how to do it. Yeah, it looks like we're out of it now. Yeah, we're still recording. We'll just I'm going to go back to the Canon camera and we'll just fly it around a little. We've got about, well, we're getting pretty low on batteries, so I'm going to try that return to home again. This time I'm going to do it on the controller, and we'll see if it comes back and lands. So I've lost FPV on the screen, but the drone is coming back slowly. Well, we'll see how it does here, but we've definitely lost the FPV on the screen. We'll give it a minute here and see if it actually if it'll actually land itself. It says distance 1 meter, but it's not changing height. Okay, we're running out of battery, so I'm going to stop that, and I'm going to bring it over here. What I don't want it to do is crash to the ground. We'll see if we can land it here. I keep having to correct it. It keeps wanting to go to my right. Let me drop the camera here so you can see the landing. Okay, we're going to hit that down stick now. And I don't know if the drone shut off recording or if I did, but the recording is off. So just for the fun of it, I'm going to start a quick recording. Yeah, I don't know. So I think, see, my screen is frozen, so yeah, the app is evidently not connected, I don't think. While it still shows half a battery, I don't know, but for whatever reason, it may be because of low battery, but I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but on here it's showing that it still has half a battery. Now on the app you can see it shows a full battery, so that app is useless, but on the controller it still shows a couple bars of battery. But I'm thinking that it must just be too low. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I've taken some pictures with this previously, so I will post those right now. And I'll shut this thing down, and we'll get the SG906 PRO out, and we'll give that one a shot. And that guy is a little more interesting because it does have a 2-axis gimbal on it. Okay, the SG906 Beast Pro, or SG906 PRO Beast, I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but this is the model that does have the 2-axis gimbal. So let's mess around. Let's get this guy in the air, and we'll do some of the same things that we did with that Visuo Zen K1, and we'll just see how they compare. So we're using the H-Fun Pro app on this. I don't know what that beep was. Maybe it's we're connected. I'm not sure. But let's click on settings and check that out. So language, I would say we want to be on English. Yeah, okay. Record, we're going to put that to on. It's hard to see here because it's dark blue and then darker blue. Anti-shaking, we're going to turn that on, and fixed photos on. And yeah, let me go into now settings complete, and we're going to go prepare to fly, and that will walk us through the horizontal calibration and the compass calibration. So it's in a flat surface right now. We're going to click calibrate. Yeah, calibration success. Okay, there we go. And now we're going to do the compass calibration. So I'm going to have to set the controller down here. And the other way. And we're calibrated. I like the way it gives you a beep to tell you that your calibration is successful. So this app is kind of similar to that Visuo Zen K1 app. Some of the stuff like the intelligent flight modes are on the other side, but the icons are very similar and so forth. So in any case, let's go ahead and take off. And there again, both sticks out. And then left stick up. Make sure you can see it on the camera. There you can. You pick the camera back up. And the drone's kind of moving around just a little. Not too bad. I'm going to go ahead and start recording, which, as I recall, right here on the front, hold that button down, or I could do it on the app. Oh, we want to change it to HD, so we've switched to HD, and then we're going to hit the button. Well, let's just do it on the controller right here. And it didn't take that for some reason, so let's try it on the app. Yeah, the app says it's recording, so I don't know what that was, but let's turn it around here a little bit. And we'll let you guys take a good look at it. It's pretty steady. You can see that gimbal working there. The drone kind of sank there as I rocked it back and forth, banked back and forth. Anyway, let's go ahead and do our usual droney here. So we're going to go reverse and up now. So it definitely caught altitude quicker than it reversed there, but I might be in the slow mode. Let me drop the camera here just a little bit. Wrong direction. Okay, there we are down there. All right, so let's just fly it around a little bit. And again, what we're looking for is stability on the camera. We're looking for, hopefully it won't have a bunch of jello. Hopefully it'll be a pretty smooth video. And there again, 2-axis gimbal. You're looking for a stable horizon, etc. So let me pick the gimbal back up and we'll look around here a little bit. And it's not taking that command. So FPV is frozen for some reason, so let's bring her back in. Yeah, so I just got the same view on the screen here. Yeah, and even the, it looks to me like the whole app is frozen, so I don't know if I recommend this, but I'm going to try getting out of the app and restarting the app. We'll just leave it in the air here. And that did it. So I restarted the app. Let's see if we can get control of the camera. Yeah, we got camera control back. Okay, awesome. Let's, I don't know what that was about. We may have lost that recording file, I don't know, but let's start recording again. Yeah, so I don't know what we got there. So let's go back out again. And I may have gone out of range, I don't know. I turned around when I was talking to the camera and, you know, turned away from the drone a little bit, but, you know, we just weren't out that far. So, let's just, I'm gonna bring it back this way a little bit. There's some people sitting there on the grass. I don't want to go over the top of them. And yeah, we're gonna go full stick forward here. Yeah, so that is 50% speed. That is, I believe, yeah, 2 meters per second. So I can change the speed here. I'm going to stop and I'm going to put it into full speed mode. Yeah, it's not taking the command. I don't know what's going on here, guys. For some reason I am not able to control much of anything from the controller here. I'm going to try return to home. Now I took that command. Okay, I don't know what's going on. It took that command. So I'm going to cancel that. So we canceled that. Let me turn it around again. Let's just head straight out that way. I'm going to see if I can change that speed on the screen here by clicking on it. And I can't. Yeah, I'm holding that speed button down and it's just not taking the command. I'm clicking it on the app and it's not taking it either. So tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to land it here. We're going to shut everything down, fire everything back up, and try it one more time and see if we can get full control of this guy. So you can see where I'm at there. And we're going to go straight down. Okay, we've got everything back on. Let's hit start here. Yeah, we got FPV. And so one of the things I realized when I shut it all down is I didn't turn off video. So whatever video we did have from that first part of the flight, it's going to be a corrupted file. That's what's tough about these cheaper drones. But anyway, so I'm going to start video again. And let's see if we can take off one more time. Wonder if I can change that speed right here on the ground. Well, it beeped. It didn't change anything on the drone. So anyway, let's go ahead and... Okay, got the motors fired up. So I had to hit it there to keep it from, give it full throttle up to keep it from hitting the ground. I'm going to try that speed button again here. Hey, there it worked. Quick press and I got it to work there. Okay, so we're recording. Let's move it on out. And we are at about 6 meters per second, 7 meters per second. So it's moving right along. That's about probably 18 miles an hour or so. Let's drop that gimbal down a little bit. And see if we can yaw around. Oh yeah, kind of tough to control that yaw, but let's see if we can get out to the other corner of the park out there. So I'm full stick forward now, and I am getting nothing on screen. I can see the drone up there, but there again, I've lost FPV at 87 meters away. So like I said, I have eyes on the drone. I'm flying it back to us. And it's moving right along. I just wish we could I just wish that we had control on the screen here. Let's get it in close, and maybe we can get that FPV back. I'm going to see if I can get it closer and see if we can get FPV back. So I landed the drone. We're going to go through that one more time. We're going to shut everything down, fire everything back up, and see what we can do. Yeah, for some reason we've lost the Wi-Fi connection, and it doesn't even... Oh, heck, it looks like we got it. Okay. Okay, we're going to take off again here. And I'm going to see if I can get it into that. Yeah, there's 100% speed. Let's start recording again. Let me try that on the controller this time. Hey, it worked. Okay, so we are going to try the follow me function, and I'm going to hit the one that says controller, so it looks at me directly. And the cool thing about this guy is I should be able to drop the camera down where it'll get me in frame. There we go. And as you can see, it's doing a pretty good job. Okay, so let's try the orbit mode now. We've established that that works. So I am going to get out of that. And the drone turned around immediately. I guess probably went the direction that it's going. So I'm going to see, I probably have to turn off video, but I'm going to try that downward facing camera. So I'm going to turn off video now, and I'm going to switch to the downward camera, where I thought I was. It's hitting the switch camera button at the top, but it doesn't seem to be taking the command. We had a good wind that just came up here. So I don't know why I can't swap to that other camera, but it doesn't seem to be working. Let's see if we can start recording again. And I know that I have it pretty much right on top of me here. So we're going to go into that circle mode, and it's just like that other drone. We're going to choose which direction we want it to go, send the information. Now what I've found is this guy takes the command a little better. So it just heads right on out, and you'll see it turn around here in a second. Yeah, it's turning around. So I drop the camera down where I'm in the center, and that's the cool thing about this one, is at least you have you got control of the camera, so you can keep yourself in center of frame. So what you can't do is you cannot control the speed of the orbit, and you can't control the limit of the orbit. We can try it here. Let me see if I can push it out further. Well, maybe you can. You know what? You sure can. I thought I tried that the other day, so I'm going to kick it out there. Let's kick it out a ways. Yeah, and it's still doing its orbit. I wonder, we'll find out. I'm going to try and see if I can yaw here while it's orbiting, but I'll bet it'll kick us out of the orbit. We'll try it. No, it just does not take the yaw command, although it continues its orbit. So let's see if we can bank and speed it up. And you know what? You can. Well, that's awesome. Yeah, so we've sped it right up here where it's doing a pretty good orbit. Now, you can't do that on that Zen K. If you tried that, it would just kick it out So that's pretty cool. So that's a useful tool. Yeah, that actually works pretty darn good. Hey, I'm stoked. I like that. Okay, let's kick it out of there. And we're just going to go into normal flight here now. We didn't get a chance to fly this guy around much. Let's fly it around. Let me kick the camera back up. And how fast are we going there? We're going wow. Oh, it's going home, so it must be low on battery. Yeah, so that's cool. I was going to say, you know, I'd kind of lost control of the drone, but what it was doing was an auto return to home because it was down to its last bit of battery. Now, I need to stop that. Yeah, there I was able to successfully stop. So it's coming down no matter what I do here. Okay, so the SG906 PRO, yeah, we had a couple of issues there on that flight. Lost FPV a couple times and had trouble reconnecting to Wi-Fi, but we also had some successes. The follow me function worked really well and the orbit function worked really well. It's pretty clear you're not going to want to fly this one very far. You know, I had it out, gosh, maybe 170 meters, something like that, and we lost the FPV connection, and so that quit working. And I think I probably lost that first bit of video file because it was corrupted. I didn't get it turned off before I fired things back up. But the second time we got up there, and then again, I didn't think I was out there that far. I mean, not very far, but we froze up on FPV again, so had to bring it back then at that point. And as we tried the automated functions, those went pretty well. Then I was going to fly it around a little bit, and the drone went into automatic return to home, which was weird because it was weird the way it showed it on the screen there. But so as it was coming down, it was gonna come down on top of this pavilion next to me, this picnic pavilion, and then I moved it over, and it was kind of closer to some other stuff to the other side of me. So I was trying to fly the drone around, and I got it back out over the grass. So anyway, mixed success. Part of it my fault, part of it the drone's fault. Some of the problems I had with the buttons, I've noticed that it's a pretty short press on those buttons. I haven't had any problem with them before, but I did have a couple issues with them this time. That's about it. We'll get home and we'll take a look at the video, and we'll see how the video quality is. So the Fast and Furious Zen K1, I would argue that it's neither fast nor furious, but it's you know, it flies. I can say that. So I already explained the issues we had with the camera. The intelligent flight modes are kind of so-so. We did get the orbit to work, although you can't adjust it like you can on the SG906 PRO. The follow me function probably would have been usable if you could adjust the camera, which in theory you're supposed to be able to, but like I said, mine quit working the first time I flew it. So range wise, this guy didn't have much range either. That we got out of control range with it. So yeah, I mean, as long as you keep that kind of stuff in mind and you don't have a lot of expectations, it's probably okay. I will when I get home, I'll take a look at the video from this guy and take a look at the video from the SG906, and we'll do our final conclusion. Okay, our conclusion. I'm going to say we had what I'd call limited success with both of these drones. You know, I keep trying to find a drone under $200, or let's even say under $250, that will at least get reasonable video quality, That is video quality without any jello, that's reasonably stable, and a drone that flies pretty decent. So I don't think either of these met that criteria. But let's start with the Zen K1, the Fast and Furious, it says on there. So we had issues with it right off the bat. The camera on there, my very first flight with it, it quit working about halfway through the flight. It would not move up and down anymore, and I don't know what the issue with it is. It just feels frozen in there. And then when we took it out on this flight, I've got myself some notes here so I don't forget anything. We had that initial compass error. The thing went into a toilet bowl, and I'm telling you, it wouldn't have taken a few more seconds and it would have been out of control, and it would have been a serious crash landing. It was a crash landing as it was, but fortunately we were on grass, and I brought it down quick enough that it didn't break anything. But then we lost connection with it. Not that far away. You know, it's a Wi-Fi drone that's using the Wi-Fi off your phone. I don't know. I use an iPhone 11 Pro, so it's a good, powerful phone. So shouldn't have those issues. Don't know what happened there. Upon return to home, it just hovers. It doesn't land when it does return to home. That can be a good thing because you want to be able to control it on landing. You don't want it to necessarily come down someplace you don't want it to. And then the flight modes, intelligent flight modes, they're just of limited use. I mean, you can't. The circle mode, it kind of works, but there's not much you can do with that. The follow me mode, especially without being able to adjust that camera, you can't get yourself in center of frame. And I don't know if we mentioned it, we did have frozen FPV at one time. The overriding factor is the video, and because that drone does not have a stabilized camera, you know, I knew we were going to get some jerkiness and so forth. Although it does have electronic stabilization, the camera is not mechanical stabilization. But what's unforgivable is the amount of jello in that video. You know, it just, for me, that just doesn't work. And what's the point of having a video drone if you can't take decent video? I don't much see the point in it. So then, the Beast drone, the SG906 PRO. And the Pro gives us that 3-axis gimbal. So we had a few issues with that guy too. We had a couple of times frozen FPV on there, not that far away. And man, when it locks up, you better have eyes on that drone because that's how you're going to get it home. I was able to use return to home on one of those situations, and that's how I got it back. Had recording issues. You know, if you don't shut off, if you turn off the drone without stopping recording, you're going to get a corrupted video file. One of those, I think that's what I did. Another one, I don't know what happened. It quit. Well, that's when we had the app freeze up, and so we just lost that video file. And then we had some button issues with it. Some of those could have been my fault. Takes a real short press, although I don't think they were all my fault. But issues with the connection with the controller and the drone. We had to do a couple different restarts on it. And then again with that guy, I really had high hopes because it had that 3-axis gimbal, but you get shakiness in the video. Different kind of shakiness than with the Zen K1. Those just kind of little micro shakes, and then it also has a fair amount of jello in it. I don't know, it just doesn't work for me. So, can I recommend these drones? You know, they're not for me. They may work for you, but they don't work for me because, like I said, the main thing is that video. But I'm going to say, even as a starter drone, you're going to have issues with these drones. You just are. So you probably want to start with something that's going to be a little bit more reliable. So I'll put my affiliate links for these drones in the description below, and they're both the SG900 Pro. You can get it for about $150, and there's a discount code that goes with that. I'll put that in there, and then I'll put the link for the Vizio Zen K1, and again, there's a discount code that goes with that, and that takes it down to about $150 with the code. Now, both of those codes, who knows how long they last, and plus, you know, Banggood changes their prices all the time, so you you never know. You could get them cheaper, or you might get them more expensive. I don't know. So if you can spend a little bit more money, I'm going to recommend the Hubsan Xeno. It's got a nice 3-axis gimbal on it that takes good, stable, jello-free video. It shoots in 4K, and it actually looks pretty darn good. And it flies real good. It's got some good intelligent flight modes that work pretty well. I'm going to put my Banggood affiliate link for that one down below as well. There's also a discount code. You can buy it with one battery. Comes to about $279. And there again, who knows how long those prices last. I have seen the Xeno as cheap as right close to $200, like $220 in there. And, you know, if you can find a sale like that, man, just grab that thing quick. I've often seen it for around $250. If you can get it from Banggood for about 280 bucks, I'd say that's a pretty good deal. Hubsan US has them for $329. I did my research here, and I think you can buy it direct from Hubsan as well. That's about it. This is Marcus Crawford with the Idaho Quadcopter channel out, and if you like this kind of content, please consider subscribing to my channel. Most of all, I really appreciate you taking the time to look at this video. I hope it helped you make a decision on a starter drone that you're looking for. So yeah, we absolutely will see you on the next one. Fast and Furious Zen K1 and the SG906 PRO the Beast. All right, we'll see ya.